Namaskar, this is Karthik Krishna reporting from the Marriott Hotel in Hyderabad. We have some of the top Indian scientists from India and all over the world gathered over here to talk about the promise of a hydrogen society. And that is an initiative, this organization or this conference is being put together by the Hydrogen Association of India. And what is hydrogen energy? Why should we take it seriously? Could it really solve the problems of a climate risk? And more importantly, could it get rid of the major pollution problems we see in India? Let's find out at this conference. Why hydrogen, especially why hydrogen society in India?
Hydrogen has been proven as a cleaner and greener fuel. So that's one option. Then it is an option available in the transport sector.
So you will have clean cities, you will have less of carbon dioxide, no carbon dioxide if you are producing hydrogen from renewables. But of course, if you produce it from natural gas or oil, then there will be CO2 emissions at the point of production of hydrogen. But at least the cities will be clean.
To me, or to my opinion, it's the basic element of basic chemistry, and the only way to store energy without any pollution. So hydrogen is pure element, and I'm convinced that it finally will lead to a hydrogen society.
When it comes to hydrogen, compared to other fuels, it's something that you can produce it locally. So you don't have to depend on foreign countries to import your oil or any other type of renewable fuel or even fossil fuel that you're going to be. Hydrogen is mostly a renewable fuel, so you can produce it from anything, from garbage to pretty much from water, right? So in order to have a sustainable fuel for a long run and to be environmentally zero pollutant fuel, hydrogen is the answer.
So it's just a question of changing the mindset of the people, and that's where this kind of communication that yes, it's a cool material, it's as good as any other gas you are using it, and it's as safe because the systems provide the safety.
Regulations have to be framed. We started working on hydrogen CNG. So hydrogen CNG mixtures, how they will be, then automotive regulations have to be in place,
I've seen how transportation has grown in the country and subsequently the pollution. So alternate fuels are the key, alternatives that we need to look at.
If Prime Minister Modi ji is listening, we have to create an awareness that hydrogen is cool. Hydrogen is the way that India needs to move forward.
I believe in being a researcher myself all my life. I believe in innovation. And India has excellent brains. The kind of support which the government is giving to startups, to Make in India, the innovative thinking is being supported. Well, our Prime Minister said we had green revolution, white revolution, and now we are looking forward to energy revolution, which he has called saffron revolution.
Through you, I would like to reach out to a wider constituency and audience that Honorable Prime Minister's Mr. Narendra Modi's initiative of Startup India. As a corollary to that, Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas has directed all the oil companies under the public sector fold, under the ministry fold, to encourage startups in oil and gas sector.
There is a huge opportunity. If you look at hydrogen, can broadly be finding two application. So somebody can work on indigenizing the fuel cell, which even Prime Minister spoke about it, Make in India. It can be a great opportunity. The second leg could be even the service setup. A lot of spare parts are required. So if not the fuel cell, even the spare parts can be made. It will be a great opportunity.
We would like to fund those ideas, those entrepreneurs, to establish the proof of concept of their ideas.
There are companies like Indian Oil and ONGC in the energy sector already have come out with plans of supporting startups, and they have allocated some funds. So let those funds be used by some youngsters, intelligent people to start business. We can guide them.
Optimal production pathways for hydrogen are one of the major impediments for moving from oil-based economy to hydrogen economy. Our vision for next 10 years, our roadmap is that we would like to work on hydrogen as a auto fuel, and we are working on hydrogen production pathways to several other routes other than fossil fuels. We have fossil fuel route in any way.
If the hydrogen production is possible from alternatives like biomass, gasification, you produce syngas, and from syngas you can have hydrogen. Correct. We have plenty of biomass in this country. We are an agro-based country. We are looking at bio-CNG, but next step could be that we look at bio-hydrogen. We'll try to develop a roadmap. We had the Niti Aayog member, Dr. Saraswati, inaugurating this conference, and he did say that you send me the recommendations and we'll see what government in the policy making body how this can be suitably incorporated.
Especially in Asia, mass transit is probably the way to go, rather than trying to address the car fueling because of the cost aspect of it. And by just going into the bus fueling, it gives the public that government is serious about hydrogen too, right? Because most of the bus is run by the state government. One of the advantage with the bus fueling is that you have a centralized fueling station rather than in a public area. It's kind of isolated. So it takes away the fear of hydrogen dispensing and all that, at least to start with. So the bus is one area we need to really look at it. From the codes and standards, again, once you define it as a fuel, the chances of getting a localized or the India version of the regulation would fall into place. Right now we have standards, international standards. So that's what I would imagine India would be starting to follow during the demonstration.
The bottom line is that we have to live in a clean environment. Indian market is slightly different. Indian market is that we, at this point of time, we believe that a single technology cannot offset the dominance of the fossil fuels. It has to be the coexistence of the entire gamut of technologies based on their strengths, operating in different areas. Like for the mobility sector, it can be a different technology. For stationary sector, it can be a different technology. So in India, we can have different models of energy vectors operating in different areas. The role of a time-bound demonstration programs comes into picture. So if the technology is ready, and if we are confident enough that it can handle the pressure of competing with the conventional technologies which are already there in the market, it is the best time to have the demonstrations go on.
The most important to get started, to do it.
I'm giving that push for the hydrogen segment as of now in the transport and telecom towers, because they clearly have demonstrated reduction in both energy consumption and environmental pollutions.
The demonstrations are going to be help us in two ways. One is it is going to change the public perception. It is going to make them understand that hydrogen is not dangerous if it is treated in a proper way, if proper safeguards are followed. And the second one, it is going to make the policy makers gain confidence in terms of the reliability and the durability of the hydrogen-based energy systems.
So in this, we have to collaborate, we have to cooperate, then only we can achieve good results at a faster pace.